Hi everybody, Mike Stanley with Shannon, Grimm and Partners. I'm joined today by Slavy Jordanov.
Hello everyone.
And Jake Brenneman.
Hello.
And today our special guest is Kelsie with the Steele Group, a custom builder here in Central Ohio. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent. Thanks for coming on our podcast today.
Cool. Thanks for having me. First time on a podcast.
You know what? When we
You're
started
not
this, not at all. I mean, when we first started this was the first time I was on a podcast too,
There
and I
you
was
go.
like, what the heck am I supposed to do?
So you're supposed to talk really close to the microphone apparently, so that it picks up everything. That's what somebody told me just like 2 minutes ago.
Oh man. So, the Steele Group.
Yeah.
Beautiful custom builder here in Central Ohio. I've seen some amazing homes you've done. I know you're building at Evans Farm right now, and you actually said you were building in a couple other communities as well.
Yeah, so we have some great specs in Evans Farm. We have the Marshall that we just finished. The Bishop will be done next month. Then we have the Stella that's up after that. Just some good spec homes. We do have custom home lots there as well. We do have 3 amazing lots up in Cliffshire, which is about 2 miles north of Evans Farm. Evans Farm's really cool because, they're the smaller lots, but it's more of a walking community, whereas Cliffshire, you get a little bit more land. One of our lots is just over like an acre and a half.
That's
And
awesome.
they're tree lined, and there's like a natural creek situation going through. So 3 of those lots if you want to build with us. And then we're also finishing up a project down in Old Town East right now.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I like, Evans Farm. It's good to have those options because there's a ton of people that love that style neighborhood where, your yard's a little bit smaller, the houses are a little closer together, but it's, like you said, a walkable community. It is community driven. It is, the residents there. They get together. Yeah, the amenities are amazing. They get together for events all the time. Everybody's walking around, going to the parks together. And it's very cool to see that. But then I do know people that are like, no, I want to be out on my own.
You need a little space. Our owner Jeff actually lives in Evans Farm, and he jokes, but it's actually not a joke, that he can't walk to the mailbox because like the mail at Evans Farm has its own cute little like house situation, but he can't walk to the mailbox without like it being a 45-minute walk because he stops and has to talk to every single neighbor because everybody's just like out all the time on their front porches. It's really cool. So like there's like plus and minuses to it.
I know lots of people that are in love with that. My mom, that's all she wants to do. She's retired now.
Yeah.
That's all she wants to do. She's like, I like going on walks so I can run into people and talk. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
Do you? That's super. Love that for you.
Well, that was like I think it was like a week or 2 ago. I don't know if you're there. I don't remember everybody I saw that night, but there was like the tree lighting.
Oh, yeah, I was not there, unfortunately.
That's okay.
The tree blew over the next day. Yeah, really.
oh my gosh, really?
I had to take a picture. It was too funny.
I mean, they were just like, it was a very cool community event.
Yeah, it was.
A big tree that was standing at the time. The big lighting thing, there was a carriage with horses pulling it around. There was different foods. There was a Santa and Grinch that were,
yeah.
People from the neighborhood.
Obviously, to keep the kids in line, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. My favorite part of the night was I was watching the Christmas Carolers, and I turned around, and Santa and the Grinch were just standing there next to each other, just enjoying the Christmas Carolers, getting along like best buddies. But just that community is just fantastic.
It really
different
is.
Events, and truly, I've done open houses where I sit and I look at the mailbox, and people are always there, just standing there talking. There's always at least 2 people there, just having conversation.
Yeah, at least. And it's funny because the whole front part of that neighborhood is commercial space, and they say like some number, like only 1/8 of it is like the commercial space is done. I know. I heard that there's a neighbor in the community who lives there who once a week petitions Trader Joe's to build Trader Joe's up there.
I would be okay with that.
Yes, because you can petition them. So
I would love to do that because we work over there, and I would love to be able to walk in and do a little shopping.
Yes, so if you live in Delaware County, you can petition Trader Joe's to build, and there is room there. So
Do it.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, you said you have a project at Old Town East. What are you building down there?
So we had a partnership. Our owner had a partnership down there that we just finished up, and so we have 5 houses down there, 4 on Cary and 1 over on East Rich, and we really pride ourselves on top quality building as the best. So we did it in Old Town East, and we really think that it's a growing, thriving market down there. To open up that, 2 of the houses are on slabs, so that's another add-on, and they're more of a modern build because we see that the people who are buying in that area are wanting more of the modern look of it. And one of the houses, one over on East Rich, will have a carriage house because the Airbnb is thriving and the renter situation, like over the garage, just to kind of really hit every opportunity we can for the buyers in that area. So we're really excited. That should be zipping up here soon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, that area is hot. I mean, Slavi does a lot around the downtown area.
Yeah,
and
call me Slavi.
But it's popping down there for sure. And we're seeing a lot of young buyers.
Oh yeah.
And I'm seeing a lot of retirees starting to flood back down there too. You know,
Yes.
you get the retirees that either I want to move out and be near no one, or I want to be near, you know, the sporting events, the
Walking,
bars, the
yeah.
walking places, walking to my, you know, grocery store, walking to my favorite restaurant, and we see a ton of it. So it's very cool.
Yeah, they want the walkability of it, but they don't necessarily want to be, even though Evans Farm has it, they don't necessarily want to be that far north. So it's really just opening up a lot of opportunities down there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lots down there to build on. So, which we also do. We build on your own lot. So if you have a lot or you want to look for a lot, give us a call. We can help you with that, and we can build on your own lot for you.
Very cool.
Do you have much restrictions on where you guys do build on your own lot, or because I know certain people do certain areas?
It's a conversation. Give us a call. Let us know where the lot is. Let us know what you're looking for. Because we have a great list of standard features that I'm happy to send anyone. They want to, you know, DM the account on social media. We build at one of the highest qualities. So we want to make sure that, you know, you're within our reach and we're within your reach. We don't want to waste anyone's time, and we want to be respectful of that as well. But yeah, if you have a lot somewhere and you like our stuff because it's awesome, give us a call. Let's talk. I'd love to have that conversation. We love what we do. You know, we are completely custom when it comes down to it. You are going to sit down with our owner and our project manager, and you're going to talk about, you know what, actually, the staircase over there would fit better with the flow of it. And our owner's going to help draw up some plans of your house before we send it off to an architect, before we kind of go anywhere else, to just based on what you're talking about and how the flow works with you, your family, or your needs. And then you go through that, you get all that done, and then we're going to set you up with a designer. We're really full service. We're with you every single step of the way. We're going to, you know, the different vendors with you. We just went to Visual Comfort last week and talked about bringing clients there. So it's a great process. It can be a really stressful process, but we try to make it as fun as possible because, you know, like we want to build the house you love, and we want you to love the process too, because love is going into your home, and I think it starts with the design and the build.
That's awesome. So much of the process with, you know, different builders and everything can be a hassle especially for people that aren't all that well informed. So
Oh, absolutely. And Jeff, our owner, he is going to be very transparent with the pricing as well. He's going to show you the exact breakdown of every single cost. He's going to show you, you know, what we charge to the upcharge for us to do what we're doing, and it's going to be right there in front of you on paper so you can see it. There's, you know, sometimes that the cost of the builder will be just kind of put into other costs, you know, like inflated costs. That's really not a great way to say it. I'm really sorry. But we straight up just put it there. We're like, you know what, this is the cost of our services. We're good at what we do, and here it is. And we want to be transparent with you with that.
Of course. So Evans Farm.
Yeah.
Going back to that, some of this is specific to that community. So you have inventory homes there currently. Yes. And I love that you do that, because a lot of custom builders, they may do some here and there, but they don't really hold that much inventory. And it's nice to have that, because there are plenty of people moving here that want something new, want something custom, but they need it in a short timetable. Yes. And so what size homes do you have built over there currently?
Yeah, so our current spec that's finished, we have listed at about 949. We have 5 bedrooms. What's really popular over there is like the basement bedroom, bathroom.
Yes.
Mhm.
Obviously, we have that. And that one has a first floor master, and our next one, the Bishop, has a first floor master as well. And that the Bishop has 2 basement bedrooms.
Wow.
I know. Actually, my favorite thing, one of my favorite things on the Marshall, because having that space in the basement finished for living, we have that bedroom and the bathroom's attached, but we also put a half bathroom down there, so that if you have guests over and you're in the basement doing whatever you want to do, party, whatever,
The rec room area.
but you have guests, the other people aren't going through the guest room to get to it. So again, that plays into our piece of functionality. We're really trying to think about what's going to go on.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yep, that is awesome.
So
First floor masters are amazing too. So to have specs with that is incredible because, I mean, I don't know. Just from my point of view, it's great to purchase a home with a first floor master because it's just like a long term. Like you can, it's future proof.
Oh, absolutely. You can grow old in your house, kind of thing. And even then, like if you don't want to necessarily use that first floor master, I actually toured someone through the Bishop that's gonna be done in January, and they're like, well, I don't know if I necessarily want to live in this first floor master. I might want to use it as a guest room. Let's look at the bedrooms upstairs. Well, the bedrooms upstairs had ensuite bathrooms as well. That could be a master if they wanted it to be, or be an owner's suite. So, again, it goes back over and over again to that functionality piece. We are envisioning what our clients are going to want in that house. But the other part of that is with these spec homes, with a couple that we have coming up, I sat in a meeting on Monday where we talked about having their corner lots that we're in design for right now. And I was like, the corner lots, it might be nice to have a privacy fence. And we talked about, putting in like, here is a budget for the fence. A fence is a very specific thing that somebody might want. This budget is built into this cost. We will put the fence in once we are in contract. We'll start working with the fence so that the potential buyer can buy and get the fence they want.
I love that. That's genius.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you have to think about these things. What do buyers want? And they want the privacy, or they want the fence, or maybe they're going to put a pool in. Our last 2 specs were side by side, and I had somebody come through an open house, and he's like, I think that pool could fit there. And I was like, you know what, sir? I do too. Can we be best friends? Thank you.
Do you guys do any planning around that? Like, do you plan the back patio or anything to where you're like, okay, a pool could fit here?
Sometimes. It depends on the lot. Evans Farms lots are, the bigger lots are a 1/4 acre, which is a very good sized lot.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Quarter
It gives you a nice backyard, but the other ones are a little smaller. I kind of usually refer to them as row homes. I don't know about you.
I shotgun style homes.
Yeah, just because the way they set up. It's not that they're small. It's just that they're oriented different than what Columbus buyers are really used to.
Long and skinny.
Yes,
Yep.
the Columbus buyers are used to 2-car garage attached to this house right here, which is great. I live in one of those. We love them.
Mm-hmm.
But Evans Farm, doing what they're doing and being different, we kind of have to get everybody into it. Your garage is now in the back, which isn't, again, a bad thing because you want your kids to play. Now you have an alleyway they can play in, which is almost like a pseudo court. And who doesn't like a court? So
It's true. That's where we have a court outside our house, and my kids are in it constantly.
Same.
So.
They're interesting style lots, but so many people end up loving them.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, for what reason or whatever it is, everybody loves them.
Very much so.
And especially it helps out the community feel as well, because you can, like you said, hang out in that alleyway, and especially with some of the lack of fencing around, you see your neighbors
Yes.
a lot more than so many people do
That's
nowadays.
easy in their houses. Like.
Yep.
But 8-foot fences are allowed, so
Yes.
you can even build a fence. So
Yep.
Exactly.
if you want your privacy, you can still have it.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Or keep your dogs in, or your kids in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keeping the kids
Keep your kids in.
Keeping the kids in is usually the most important.
Let's
so.
be honest, it's really bad.
A lot of kids.
So your custom build process,
Yeah.
how specifically does it work? Let's say let's just do a lot at Evans Farm, because I understand if you're building on your own lot, there's the whole lot prep part of it to start. Let's say you're building on one of the custom lots at Evans Farm. Take us through the process. What does the loan look like? How long is You just gave me a face there. So is it a construction to perm loan, I'm assuming?
So we have potential buyer right now for a lot. So
Okay.
I'll kind of go through what that looks like. We own the lot, and that's pretty standard in Evans Farm. The builder is going to own the lot. They're not really letting outside just buyers buy lots anymore. They're the builders in the neighborhood own the lot. So right now we're gonna kind of like as part of the process, the custom client's going to buy the lot from us.
Okay.
And they're going
very
to
cool.
sign a construction agreement. Once we get papers and designs and all that kind of stuff, a design agreement, a construction agreement to go into it. Once we get the process started, we allot, and we say probably about 2 to 4 months in the design process to really get your house down, to sit with the designer, to go to the different places, to look at the different things, to see what you like, and to get everything flowing. Once the lots in Evans Farm are basically ready to be built on in this phase. They're about to start another phase, and goodness knows what that will look like. We'll come back for that. I'll be back. It'll be great. Excuse me.
They'll do a new episode when
Yeah.
the new lots come out.
I'm gonna cough really quick. I'm sorry.
Unacceptable. No coughing on the podcast.
This season, right?
I've coughed like 30 times today already. There's one right there.
Oh, feel better. Yes. So once we get that, we're gonna start our dig, and as soon as we start digging, we say about 8 months. It's gonna be. It depends. This last spec we got done in like 6 months, which
Wow.
I think is impressive.
It is
I'm gonna like
impressive.
toot my own horn, or not mine, but the company's horn a little bit
She
on
built
that.
it herself.
I built it with my own hands. Thank you. Not really. Do you see these nails? No. So it really depends on getting the subs in and how long that takes. But we allot 8 months for it. So we say that the entire process is going to take 12 to 14 months. Hopefully it's less. It is standard.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people realize that. I really don't. I don't think there's enough education on how long a build takes. And, sometimes clients going to look at you like, no, it's good. I want to be in there in 6 months. Well, friends, you should have called me 6 months ago.
They compare to, Pulte, D.R. Horton, all these other
Yes.
big production builders where they can just,
Knock them out.
yep.
Yeah, well, those production builders were 6 to 7, even 8 months in some point before COVID, and now they're really just snapping them along. So a custom build taking, 10 to 14 months, anywhere in there is like that's not shocking at all. And
Great.
it's that's quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's also nice to know that they're taking their time and building it right and building it
Exactly.
quality.
And I think that one of the things that's really important for buyers in Columbus who are thinking about building a custom home to think about is the timing of it right now. I mean, I'm sure you guys have talked ad nauseum about Intel coming in and in Marysville and LG and Honda and all of the other stuff that's been announced. One of the things that you got to think about is that a lot of these construction workers are now going to be pulled to those sites. So who knows what in the next 3, 5, 10 years what the build time is going to look like, because we're losing our build, like our construction crews, and we're losing those builders. So if you're thinking about a custom build, you might want to think about it happening sooner rather than later, so you're not affected by the potential of that. Now, I could be completely off about it. I really could, and I could be fear mongering. I'm really sorry if that's true, but I think it is still I think it's still something to concern yourself with.
No,
and
it
think about.
is. Well, it's not just the contract, like the subs and everyone.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
supplies too. I mean, we get a lot of our materials here locally, and I know like the rock quarries. I live up near Delaware, and there's 2 right near me. Those things are running constantly. So when we're talking about these massive projects and these huge campuses for these companies, like everything's going to be going to them for a bit there. And it's like, well, we're not going to have some of the stuff for some of our new home builds, which we need to keep up with as well. So it is going to get hairy, I feel like, at some point.
One of the things we talked about the other day was actually architects in Columbus, trying to find, architects that do, that aren't commercial construction, because that's where the money is for architects, and that's great. Do you? But getting like a team and having go-to architects is becoming a little bit more difficult, because there's a lot of commercial real estate happening in the Columbus area. So
It's crazy.
It is. It absolutely is.
So custom build wise,
Yeah.
what is the favorite feature that you guys offer or have done for a client? Like your favorite thing you've seen?
Ooh. You know what? I'm a sucker for the little details. Our one spec that's going to be done in the spring, I need at the Stella. I have a love-hate relationship with naming these houses, just like as a side note. I feel like they need like a name because I can't keep track of all like the numbers of the houses.
I get that.
And in Evans Farm, they're all the same. 5680, 5655,
Yeah.
5654. Which one is which? Please stop using numbers. I can't do it. That is not my brain. So anyways, the Stella, we're building in archways, and I am a sucker for an archway. I think it adds so much character to a new build. I mean, we're seeing a lot of these new builds be, white, gray, like very sterile, maybe is a good word for it. And so just putting in like the warmth and the character and like those features in a new build, I think is really important, especially at the level we're building, so that you're going to move right in and you're going to feel home.
Yep.
And that's a big goal. So I love the archways, but right now in the Marshall, there's this really cool feature. I might put my phone down because I didn't want to vibrate. Apparently this table makes a lot of noise if you even touch it. And goodness, I would do something like that. But so when you're in the kitchen and you're looking at the stove, the top of it, there's shelves for the hood. Like the hood is built in, it's built-in feature to the cabinets. But on the side where the hood comes down to the cabinets on the side, they built little shelves next to the stove.
Ooh.
And it's so cute. Like put your spices there, put a little plant there. Again, it's the character, it's the addition to it, and it really just adds so much fun.
Why
And
was Aaron's ears those lately? I see the floating shelves.
Yeah, they're not even floating. They're literally like, you have like, it's like almost like you have this big cabinet.
Okay.
Big cabinet. I really want to show a picture. I'm going to send you a picture. You're going to put it up on the screen. It'd be great. So you have this big, like, ceiling, 2 countertop cabinet. Oh, I touched it. And into the cabinet, there are these, like, just little shelves that are, like, it's really bad at describing things. I don't know why I'm in marketing. I can't describe things at all. This is bad. This is so bad. But they're really cute, and they look so cool. They really do. Go follow us on Instagram. I made Jeff do a video about them because they're so cute. So.
All right, what's the Instagram handle?
Oh yes, at Steele Group Builders, and Steele
There you go.
is STEELE. So at Steele Group Builders.
Very cool.
Follow us because I try my hand at making reels sometimes daily. And
Ooh, I bet those are entertaining.
It's mostly actually probably entertaining for my husband to listen to me cursing, trying to edit the videos. That's probably the entertaining
10-second
part.
reel, 1 hour of cursing.
That's
1 hour is generous sometimes.
sometimes it's just like I'm going to take an 8-second video of me walking around and just find a trending audio and just go for it because so here we are.
That,
Well,
that 8-second video took you at least an hour and a half.
100%. At least.
Between the trying to get it right
Yeah.
and then editing and music, yeah.
And now you gotta get the keywords in,
Yep.
and you gotta
Yep.
hide those. And do we put the text on the screen? But it has to be made in Instagram, and you have to. And the Instagram's gonna boost it, and the stupid algorithm.
Yeah.
If anybody has can somebody just read me the send me a memo each week? That's what I want. I want a memo each week of the stupid Instagram algorithm, so I can just beat it. It is heinous.
We'll talk after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't,
He's got you. Jake's got you.
Don't tease me with a good
No,
time.
Well, this rolls really well into what we were talking about before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
You're talking about Instagram and doing videos of yourself and things. You had a hobby growing up that you wanted to be a career possibly, but
No stranger to an audience.
yes, no stranger to an audience. Tell us a little bit about it.
To nobody's shock, I am a theater kid. We were setting up, and I asked. I really hope there's an audience for this. I asked them. I was like, anybody a theater kid? Anybody watch Rent, where it's the Tango Maureen, and they're trying to get the mic working, and they're like, tests 1, 2, 3, and they're poking it, and she's like, anything but that, and that's just kind of how I felt. So as a former theater kid, I really outed myself there.
Our behind the camera lady got it. Not
I know,
us
she
got it.
did. We love
I
her.
mean, I was again only in a couple of things growing up. I do like theater quite a bit, so I won't catch all those things as quick though. I'm not as in tune with it. So growing up, what plays did you get to take part in?
So I grew up in Central Ohio. I went to St. Francis de Sales High School. My sisters did too. They're older than me. And actually, my very first show I did, DeSales did, when my sisters were there, I was in 4th grade, they did The Wiz. And part of the scenery, it was kind of cool and brilliant for high school, in my humble opinion, was each scene, it was like a large storybook. And I was the page turner. So I got to wear like this little like emerald green like tuxedo thing, and I go on and I like walk strut on, thinking I'm like hot. Can I say a bad word on
Hot shit?
Hot shit. Thinking I'm hot shit, and turning the pages as a 4th grader with all these high schoolers, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. Let's go. But later on, when I went to DeSales, we had a fall show and a spring musical. We did Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, can you sing too?
What?
Can you sing too?
I pretend I do.
Oh,
I pretend I sing and dance. What else? Annie Get Your Gun. Oh, we did Footloose my senior year.
Ooh.
That was so fun. But later on, actually, when I started my work on my master's, I went back and I worked in admissions at DeSales. And then I got married, moved to Cleveland.
I'm sorry.
Got married, moved to
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Love my husband, I really do. Moved to Cleveland, that's where he was, and I got a job up there at a Catholic school, Leary Catholic High School. And I let slip one too many times that I love theater, and I actually got to help with the theater. I became assistant director, and it was some of my best memories.
she let it slip on purpose.
Yeah, 100%. Like, how can I help? Let me help. Please, can I help? I want to help. We did Mamma Mia, which was my 4-year-old's really into Mamma Mia right now, and I'm just like, I miss this production. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so theater kid at your service. So
Mamma Mia is a great one.
And now you're just used to talking to tons of people.
Now I'm just talking as close as I can to a microphone for a podcast with real estate agents. Hello, how are you?
There's a few lights on. I'm sure it brings you back.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid of what these lights are making me look like.
Everybody looks wonderful.
Yes. Well, this was illuminating.
I am never being invited back.
No, you've been great. Honestly, this was fantastic. I mean, a lot of fun. Seriously.
Yeah.
We've had some interesting people on here before. So
You have no idea.
yeah, you
Nice.
have no idea. So. Well, can you let everybody know how to get a hold of you, how to get a hold of the Steele Group? I mean, this is the important part, because they want to build a beautiful custom home. They want to get a hold of you. You also could call us.
No, you're going to call me.
At Shannon, Grimm & Partners, and we can reach out on your behalf. I'm just saying.
You could also call me. Hi. Well, can you have the Alboy music being like Taylor Swift? It's me. I'm the problem. I am Kelsie Stites, Director of Sales and Marketing for the Steele Group. You can email me. My cell is 614-560-0188. Follow us on Instagram. Again, that's at Steele with an E at the end. Group Builders, and that's plural. And we're on Facebook too, but so is everybody else. And get a hold of us. We have a great website, steelgroupbuilders.com. We're trying to get that updated. And we want to build your dream home. That's really what we're here to do. We're here to build the house you love and help you live well so you can be well, kind of thing. So yeah,
Excellent.
Here we go.
Well, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me,
Slobby
guys.
Jake, thank you for being here as well.
Thank you, Mike.
This was fantastic. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe at Shannon Grimm Realtor, and hit that notification bell. Thank you, Kelsie, for being
Thank
here today.
you.
Bye.